Hi everyone, you are welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make the front page of the book as it is displayed in the video. As you can see it, I have in this book, I have the logo, I have a border surrounding all the contents, I have the name of the school, the address, big exercise book, 60 leaves and the rest. So I want to show you how you can make exactly this design using your Coreldraw environment. So stay online as I begin to show you how to do this. So how do we accomplish this task? I'll be starting by drawing the border line. I'll start by drawing the border line. So first I select my paper, which is A4. I like to work in inches for my measurement. Then under the zoom, I want to pick page. So the first thing is to draw the border line. You can see you click on your rectangle tool and drag it over your drawing page. You drag it over your drawing page, just the same way I'm doing it now. Then if you take note on our drawing, you will notice that on our page, the front page, the border is having a curved edge, it's not having a pointed edge. So to do that, you click on the image, you click on the shape tool and you drag like this. When you do that, the edges become curved, the four edges become curved automatically. You drop that tool by clicking on the pick tool. Then if you take note of the front page of our notebook, it's a little bit, the border line is a little bit thick. So to make that, you click on object properties and you come down to outline width and you increase it a little bit. I'm choosing 1 mm here, or if I change it back to inches, I'll be taking 0.039 inches. So that will be okay for the work. Then if you observe our front page, another thing you notice there is the first thing on the page after the border is the logo of the school. How do I make it? So I'll be inserting the logo from file. You click on file, then you click on import, file, import, pictures. I'm selecting pictures because that is where the logo is saved, the school logo. So I can just scroll down to the school logo and select it. Then I click on import. Then over here I just hold down my left mouse button and drag, creating the size I want the import to take. Then if you take note on the picture displayed at the beginning of the tutorial, and the picture is in black and white color, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Corel Photo Paint to convert the logo to black and white. So I click on edit bitmap after selecting the picture. So that will take us to Corel Photo Paint environment. You can see that on the title bar. So let me just increase the page. Then I'll click on images. So when you click on image on the menu bar, you will have a drop down list. From that drop down list, you click on convert to black and white. Then you click on OK. You can see that has been effected on my logo. Then you click on finish editing and you click on yes, which is to save. And you can now close the Corel Photo Paint environment. When you get back to your environment, you will discover that the picture of the logo has been converted to black and white. So that's the first step. I haven't done that. Now I want to move to the next step, that is the name of the school, which is in the middle of the page. So how do I do this? I click on text tool to type the name of the school. So I click on text tool to type the image of the school. You can see me doing that very fast now. So that will be here. But if you are very observant, you will notice that the name of the school on the page displayed on our on the page I displayed at the beginning of the tutorial, you discover that the name of the school, both the one up and the one below, they are equal in length. But if you look at it here, Pacific is not as long as Academy. So how do you accomplish this? All you just need to do is to click on objects, then you click on break artistic text from the drop down list. When you do that, it will separate the two words, and you can now drag Pacific to be at the same length with Academy. Now the next thing to do is to change the font to look exactly like the one in the notebook. So I'll click on the font, I'll click on the text, I'll come here to select from the font list, then this is the font, Bowers Heavy Bold. Then I click on the next font, I do the same, I select the font name. After doing this, you will discover that the font is now taking the appropriate appearance. You can see that, and we'll move on. So that one has been settled. So under the name of the school, we have the location of the school written. So I'm going to type that also out. So I'm doing that now. I drop my text to, then from here I'll choose Bowers 93 because that was the font used for that. Then I place it down here exactly the way it was placed in the textbook. It's like the length is more than what I have in the textbook, in the front page of the notebook, sorry. So after we have settled that, if you take note of the front page of our notebook, the text is having an outline, both Pacific and Academy. So I'm going to apply an outline to Pacific, and I'll also apply an outline to Academy. So watch me as I do that. What you do to make it more visible to you, I'm going to zoom my text before doing that. So now I am now going to click on Pacific. I'm going to duplicate by pressing Ctrl D on my keyboard, or by coming to edit, by coming to edit, and I click on what? I click on duplicate. But since I've already done that, that's why it's showing repeat duplicate or an undo duplicate. So what I now do is, one of the images, I'll come down to the object properties and I'll make sure it does not have a fill, and I'll make sure also that it has an outline. Then the other one will remain the same color, which is black. Then the next thing I need to do here is to now place my Pacific on the other one, which is what? Having an outline. Then after doing that, I click here paragraph to space my image so that the one on it can take the same length with the one. Having done this, now I'm going to apply the same method to the other text. So I just duplicate the one down, I'll give it an outline under character. So I come down here, I give it an outline, then I give it no fill. So no fill, let me reduce the outline a little bit, it's too thick. Okay, this will be okay. Then this I reduce a little bit so that it can fit into the word, it can fit on the text outline. So another method you can use, instead of increasing the character spacing, another method you can use to place each character inside the outline is by breaking the text. So you can come down to objects, click on break artistic text, then you begin to carry each of the character and putting them in their appropriate position on the outline. This one is already standing, then I pick the next one, place it, pick the next one, place it, pick the next one, place it, and pick the next one also here and place it. So having done that, I haven't done that, then I can now move on to the next step by zooming out of the words of the text. So I can likewise group the text so that in the process of working I don't scatter what I have already done. So I move down to the next step, which is creation of the space where the names are going to be written. How do I do that? I do that by using a rectangle tool. So you click on your rectangle tool, and you drag over your document space, your page area, then you drop the tool. If you take note of the front page, there are curves at 2 points of the rectangle at 2 edges, and the other 2 edges are pointed. So we are going to make something similar. We are going to do the same thing as we have here. We are not going to do something different. So now to make the 2 edges that are curved, what I'm going to do is, after clicking on the image, I come down here. I make sure that this is not locked, so that I can only edit or shape the corners I want to shape. So here I can just increase from here. You will see that affected on the image. So this is 0.25. I can also make this 0.25, 0.25. This is the top right corner and this is the bottom left corner. Then having done that, the next thing to do is to make the top left corner pointed and the bottom right corner pointed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on my toolbox. I'll look for the envelope tool. I haven't gotten the envelope tool, then I'll click and begin to do my adjustment. I drag this forward using my envelope tool, and from here I move it a little bit backward. The same thing I do here, I drag it forward with my envelope tool, then from here I move it a little bit backward. Then it's settled now. I drop my envelope tool. I haven't done that. The next thing to do is to duplicate. The one underneath should be black, while the one on top should be what? The one underneath should be black, while the one on top should be white. So you give that one a black fill. You can send to then so you give that a black fill, then the one under you give it a white fill. So the one on top, I'll suggest you what, since the one on top is showing black and the one that is supposed to be on top is that the one that is supposed to be under is already covering the one on top, so you can just click on to back of layer. So you right click other, then to back of layer, that takes you to the back of that image, and then you can do your necessary adjustment, then move this backward a little bit. So if you look at your textbook and what you are having now, they are way similar, but to make it better, let's increase the outline of the one on top. So I'll come here, I'll click on outline, then here I'll increase it a little bit. So I think it's better now. Having done this, I group together, then I come to objects, I click on group objects. So as soon as that is done, we are getting closer to the end. Then we can now type in some of other images we have. But before we do that, let's draw the shape for the 60 leaves, the shape that is bearing the 60 leaf text. So how do we do that? Since we cannot get the exact shape, all I'm going to do is I'm going to have my shape I'm going to have it created by myself. I'll create it by myself. So I do this to create my image myself. So now look at what I'm doing. Then I select both together. I come to objects, I come to shaping, and I word. Wording, you can see I have the shape now. Then I can duplicate. One will be black filled, while the other one will be white. So the one that is white will be a little bit bigger, so that the one that is black filled can stay inside. So now I can group this together, Ctrl G, or you come to object and click on group, then you group. Then having grouped it, you bring it down here and make it to take the appropriate size which it is supposed to take. I want to believe you are following. So the next thing to do now is to impute some of the text that's supposed to be there. The first is big exercise book, big exercise book. Then you can put that should be here, big exercise book. You can change the font to whatever you desire. So to look exactly like what we have here, then 60 leaves is the what's next, so we'll type 60 leaves. Then you bring this and drop it down up here. Since it's not showing, you give it white. When you give it white color, you'll discover that it will start showing. Now, having done this, the next thing to do is to impute the other text that should be in the middle of this image. So I have a click in and should be name, my full stop, click on. So we are using the text tool now to type the name. Next we have subject, date, so that will be all for that. So having done this, now you can decide to print your work and it will look exactly like what we have on your notebook. So to make it have exact background color, you can decide to give a background color to your image. You come to page background and you can make it brown. I think it's like brown color. So you click on solid down here. You search for the color that most fits the color we have down here. Looks like something as close to this, or maybe autumn orange or light orange. Then okay. So we have this. Now let's ungroup this so that this also can take the inner of the book and also take the same color. So we are going to come back here, group and ungroup all of. Then this one that is inner, we are looking for that kind of orange. We are looking for that kind of color. Okay, I think we are getting it now. So that's it. You can see it looks exactly like what you have down there. Now to get the background of the image, I'm going to reinsert the image. I'll go to pictures, then let me type the name of the image to make it come out on time. Then I'll just drag over in order to place it, to make it have its appropriate size. Then to remove the background, all I need to do is to click on edit bitmap. Then I go down here, I click on magic wand mask, then subtractive mode, I click on the areas I don't want, so only the selected areas will be displayed or shown in my image after editing. Then I go back, and you see now that we can now clearly see the background of the book under the image. So the white background has been removed and it's no more covering the image. So I'll be stopping here for the tutorial. Thank you very much, and please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel.